Chris Weidman and Brad Tavares in the middleweight division. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to go Brad Tavares as a super confident pick to go out there and beat Chris Weidman in this fight. Send him back into retirement after the leg snap. I'm going to be honest. I mean, Brad Tavares is kind of that gatekeeper of the middleweight division. So if Chris Weidman wants to get back inside of the top 15, this is a good matchup to do so. But Brad Tavares has something very, very good against a guy like Chris Weidman, and that is takedown defense. The takedown defense of Brad Tavares is, super, super legit. Let's go on really, really quick to UFCstats.com, where we do have Brad Tavares with an 80% takedown defense. He got taken down twice by Omari Akhmedov in that fight. How long was he controlled for, ladies and gentlemen? 1 minute and 42 seconds. That is it. 1 minute and 42 seconds. And the later the fight did go on, the less and less control Omari Akhmedov was able to have. He was able to keep that fight on the feet, laying double the strikes, and double the strikes. That's what Brad Tavares does. Even before that, you look at some other guys that were able to take him down. Elias Theodorou, 3 takedowns in that fight. How many ground and pound shots did he land? One. Most of that control time was on the clinch. And Brad Tavares was able to get a reversal as well. This is not a guy that I would venture Chris Weidman to have a very, very good comeback against. Tavares is, he's not as tall, he's not as lengthy, he's a little bit younger. He's a little bit younger than Chris Weidman there. He throws more volume. He's a better striker, he's more powerful, very, very good takedown defense. I don't know. I feel weirdly really, really good on Brad Tavares. I'm sorry, but I think Brad Tavares goes out there and either TKOs Chris Weidman in round number 3 or, 30-27 unanimous decision. I don't really see a way for Chris Weidman to win. I mean, coming off the leg injury, hasn't been training this time. He's got back into training, of course, but Tavares has been training this whole entire time. Legit takedown defense. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. What was the UFC thinking? I can go on to middleweight rankings and Tapology right now and figure out probably a better, more suitable opponent for Chris Weidman to come back against. Brad Tavares is not it. Brad Tavares is most definitely not it when it comes to a comeback fight in the UFC middleweight division. The man's at number 22 on Tapology's rankings. We got to go way lower than that if we're going to find someone for Chris Weidman to come back to. Eric Anders would make sense. If he wins against Marc-Andre Barriault, maybe he loses against Marc-Andre Barriault. Either way, that would make sense for a fight. You go on and give them... Is there any veterans down here that are just, not doing too good in the UFC middleweight division? I'm not really seeing too much. I am not really seeing too much, but that would be one fight. Weidman is at number 35 on Tapology. I'd honestly say that would make sense. Gerald Meerschaert would make perfect sense. That's it. There you go. Gerald Meerschaert, Chris Weidman. I mean, I know they just scheduled Gerald Meerschaert versus Andre Petroski for the same card of UFC 292, but instead of that, you could have gave Andre Petroski to Brad Tavares, test himself, get him against a veteran like Brad Tavares, push him up in the rankings, and you could have done Chris Weidman taking on the man, the myth, the legend, that is Gerald Meerschaert. That would have made much more sense in my opinion. But now we have this, and of course my early prediction is going to be Brad Tavares late TKO or the unanimous decision. What do y'all think about Chris Weidman? Brad Tavares set for UFC 292. Is it going to be on the main card? Is it going to be on the prelims? I don't know yet. I'm going to check right here. It is on the main card. Interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. What do you think about that fight? Put your predictions down below.